to you. I've been a little bit under the weather. But anyways, I'm going to show you 4 things in the video. I'm going to show you your fretboard, how to familiarize with your fretboard, scales, how to tune your bass, and just some little finger exercises. I'm going to do it really quick because it's a video. You can rewind it, watch it over and over again. If you have any questions, just let me know. But I think I'll be pretty thorough. I'll show you how I learned and what I practice, and hopefully it'll be of assistance. And then at the end, I'll show you like some little tricks that you can do to better familiar.
Get a phone call that they
Little tricks that you can do like for songs and stuff. But you probably won't be there for a little while. But and everything I'm saying is probably gonna look easy the way I'm doing it. But I understand when you first start, and it's very, very hard, and that is completely understood. So I don't expect you to be practicing this and sounding perfect because nobody does. And if you do, then you'll be a maestro next week, and you can play for the Word Church next week. So anyways, if you have any questions, just let me know. Sorry about my voice. It's been going out. I've been doing a lot of stuff this weekend. But anyways, here it goes. All right, so first things first is tuning your bass. Your bass is going to be tuned in fourths, which means that every note outside of the top string is going to be the fourth of the note that's above it. For instance, my bass is tuned to a standard B, so you count 4 from B, B, C, D, E, which means that my second string is going to be E. My third string is going to be the fourth of E, E, F, G, A. So this string is going to be A, and it goes like that. So anyways, that's the basics to tuning. You just tune to the fourth, and it goes in that order. That's a mathematical theory in music. Most musicians will use that formula. People that don't, there are some people that don't, but they're like music maestros. But most definitely, I would advise that you tune your strings to the fourth roll, and that's for various reasons. So that way, your fingering and your scales and your numbering system won't be all messed up. Okay. Number 2, once you do that, you need to learn your notes. Learn where every subsequent note is. For instance, there's so many C sharps on your bass. This is my C sharp. Here's another C sharp. Here's another C sharp. And then there's so many of them. Here's another C sharp. So, learn where your notes are and learn where all of them are, at least on one half of the bass. So that way, anytime you want to do some tricks or you want to move around, you're not limited to where you can go and where the note is because you don't know your fretboard. So try to learn, pick 4 or 5 notes and learn where all of them are. And then naturally you should get a relative distance for the other notes. You don't even have to learn them all. But you'll know, okay, well, the C sharp was here, so then D would be somewhere around here. You can learn it that way. Number 2 is learning your scales. Scales are so important. I'm going to play the C sharp scale. I'm going to use the right fingering. The scale formula is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. It sounds like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. C sharp. The correct fingering is pointer, index, pointer, middle, pinky, pointer, index, pinky. This is how it looks. I would advise that you do not start at the lower end of the board because it's a bigger stretch. So start in the, don't start all the way up here either because that's not really where you need to be. But start somewhere up here. And, work your way down until you can get down there. I understand that I'm moving kind of fast, but naturally it's going to take you some time. Don't worry about it. It's natural. So you want to move down, but you want to use that fingering that I just showed you. And when you're doing it, say your numbers while you're doing it and the notes if you can. For instance, I would do E flat 1, F sharp 2, G 3, A flat 4. Your numbers are so important. Knowing your numbers can sometimes, depending on who you're playing with, can even be more important and critical to a bass player than actually knowing the notes, because you can find the note that you're in or the key that you're in by ear, but most musicians will not want to constantly be blurting out to you, oh, A flat, C sharp. You know, they want to just say numbers because they expect that you know which key you're in just by hearing it. So when you're playing by ear, you know, and you find the first note, then know your numbers, because then like a progression, a 1 4 5 would sound like this. Sometimes, like during a shout, I'll play a 1 8 5. It sounds like this. Which is just an octave, then the 5. And then when you're practicing your fingering, naturally you're going to have to do that churchy progression and practice that. That's one of the best ways to start off, is using the churchy progression. If you want to play it like more rhythmic, you can do it like, come on, bless the Lord with me. And that's 1 3 4 5 8. Alright, sorry I went a little bit over the 5 minutes, but so start there, start your fingering, exercises, do your scales that I mentioned to you, go backwards. And then start there. Once you master that, then churchy things, so forth, you know, I'll teach you as you go. All right. Be blessed.